Good afternoon. Today, we will discuss about the factors that should be considered in determining the appropriate collective bargaining unit and procedure in bargaining. The factors that should be considered in determining the appropriate collective bargaining unit are the will of the employees, affinity and unity of the employees' interests, such as substantial similarity of work and duties or similarity of compensation and working conditions, prior collective bargaining history, and similarity of employment status. The basic test of an asserted collective bargaining unit's acceptability is whether or not it is fundamentally the combination that will best assure to all employees the exercise of their collective bargaining rights. The Supreme Court has emphasized the importance as a test of proper grouping of community and mutuality of interest. On the other hand, the existence of a prior collective bargaining history, while also a factor, is neither decisive nor conclusive in the determination of what constitutes an appropriate bargaining unit. The so-called Globe Doctrine is the doctrine in bargaining unit controversies which says that where the usual standards show that the adoption of either a single unit or multiple units is appropriate, the will or desire of the employees concerned is the controlling consideration. A single, enterprise-wide bargaining unit is favored in this jurisdiction. The proliferation of unions in an employer unit is discouraged as a matter of policy unless there are compelling reasons which would deny to a certain class of employees the right to self-organization, such as substantial distinctions warranting the recognition of a separate group of rank-and-file workers. Thus, it has been held that even if the employees work in three different plants of the company, where the work is of the same nature, the wages and compensation are the same, and they share a common stake in concerted activities, they may belong to one collective bargaining unit. Because a unit to be appropriate must effect a grouping of employees who have substantial mutual interest in wages, hours, working conditions, and other subjects of collective bargaining. On the other hand, two corporate entities cannot have a single bargaining unit no matter how related their businesses may be, such as Lianga Bay Logging Company Incorporated and Georgina Pacific International Corporation, which are indubitably distinct entities with separate juridical personalities. The same ruling was made in the case that involved Magnolia Corporation and San Miguel Foods Incorporated, both of which were divisions of San Miguel Corporation, which were transformed into separate corporations. The express exclusion of a certain class of employees from the bargaining unit of rank-and-file employees in the previous CBA does not bar any renegotiation for their future inclusion. During the freedom period, the parties may not only review the existing CBA but may also propose and discuss modifications or amendments thereto. Under Article 267, employees do not have to form a union or belong to a collective bargaining unit to be able to present grievances to their employer. Any individual employee or group of employees has that right. Moreover, organized or not, workers have the right to participate in policy and decision-making processes of the establishments where they are employed insofar as those processes will directly affect their rights, benefits, and welfare. Workers' participation has been discussed earlier in connection with labor relations policy. Procedure in bargaining. Article 262 allows the parties to make their own arrangements for bargaining collectively in an expeditious manner. They usually do it by agreeing to a set of ground rules to be followed in the bargaining process. They are also free to change or adjust the rules as they go along, to serve the purpose of expeditious and orderly bargaining. That's all. Thank you and God bless.